Hey YouTubers, this is Korikai again. I hadn't made a video in a while, and I've just been pretty busy. I know the video quality for this is gonna be either pretty dark or pretty crappy, but it's pretty dank outside. I'm trying to get as much light as I can in here, but at least you can still see something. This video is dedicated to like the greatest thing in the history of the Earth, and I'm like such an idiot for not getting it sooner. It is. And it's backwards, and I know it's going to be hard to read, so I'll just read it for you. It's the R4 upgrade. R4 upgrade as in, it's better than the previous R4 Revolution for the DS. Not the DSi. I hate the DSi. It's not that the DSi is a bad piece of software, it's just the stuff that you get isn't really as important as the stuff that they took out. See, I'm still a GBA fan. And yes, I know you can play GBA ROMs, but it's still nice to know that like whenever DS games suck, I can go back to old school. Not saying that DS games suck or I wouldn't have the DS, but I'm pretty sure you catch my drift. Now, this is a flash cart, and pretty much what a flash cart does is it allows you to download ROMs, such as GBA ROMs, but we're not talking about GBA ROMs here, we're talking about DS ROMs. It allows you to take DS ROMs, put them on this bad boy, and then just play them on the go. It's pretty much a cart, just like a regular DS cart, but you're allowed to just slap on whatever games you want on there, Chrono Trigger and whatnot, and you're allowed to play them on the go. You're allowed to save them in game as if it were the original game. It's everything you could ever want. Now, most people that are watching this either just want to know what flash card I had, because R4 is not the best flash card. It's pretty inexpensive if you just want to get into flash cards. It's pretty decent. The best flash card you could probably get is Cyclo DS, which is pretty expensive. But it's pretty expensive in its features. Not saying this is bad, but if you really want to go out there and have like every feature possible, go get Cyclo DS, especially if you have the money for it. But the R4, if you want an R4, interested in like buying a flash card, then you can't go wrong with the R4. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I get my games on an R4? Well, when you buy an R4, well, I got an R4 SDHC, which means I can pretty much get more than 2 gigabytes worth. The old version of the R4, before they made the upgrade, you can only use a 2 gigabyte micro SD, which is in the back of this right here. This is how you get your stuff on your R4, micro SD card. There's a slot in the back of the R4 where you just take out your micro SD. Now, if you have like a camera or any other peripheral that uses one of these things, then you don't have to go out and buy one, which makes your R4 even cheaper. But pretty much the micro SD goes inside the R4. Now, it doesn't come with your R4, but what does come with your R4 is this micro SD card reader. So you just put your micro SD card reader, well, you just put your micro SD card in your micro SD card reader, and you just put it in. Well, I'm standing in front of my laptop, so you just put it in front of your laptop or your PC or your notebook or what have you, and you would just go to any ROM site or download a torrent of a ROM or anything like that, and pretty much you would just drag and drop it on the micro SD. Unzipped. It has to be unzipped. It has to be the raw version of the file. So don't just put like a .rar file on there. It won't work. Also, you need to download the latest. It doesn't have to be the latest firmware, but it has to have some kind of firmware on it. I recommend the latest firmware. Some games won't work, or some games might have glitches on them, or what have you. So just type in the latest firmware, or just go on the site that's directed by whatever R4 or whatever flash card you have, download the latest firmware. Don't take them out of the folders. You'll be downloading folders full of stuff. Do not take them out of the folders. Just put it straight on. So you download the firmware, it's going to be like, you're just going to have different sets of folders based on everything you download. You just want to drag and drop everything you download. When it comes to ROMs, you want to unzip the ROM to the raw file, where it's just like a .nds file, and just drag it and drop it onto the micro SD. Then, once you're done, you just take it out, put it back into your trusty little R4, and then you just put it in your DS. Mine happens to be cobalt blue. I don't own a DSi. I don't like DSi. I think it's over expensive. It's not. If you have like an old DS, then yeah, jump up and make the upgrade. But if you have a DS Lite and you're not really interested in what the DSi has to offer, it's pretty much just like a little bit of like multimedia features, then I don't think it's worth the upgrade. I don't think you should just like get rid of your DS for DSi. So we're gonna turn my DS on. Pretty much you get this loading screen, and then you get, I know it's really bright, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it to the best of my ability. I don't really have a camera that will allow you to see everything, but really trying here, guys. But you pretty much get this list. Okay, my D-pad's over here. This list of ROMs, and you just go down. I know the glare sucks, but I have 50 ROMs on here. I have a 4 GB micro SD. You just play whatever. It's really convenient. It's really inexpensive. I know there's a lot of videos on there that say like they really got like ripped off and they have like fake R4s. Pretty much there's certain ways of determining if you have a fake R4 or not. The most basic way, and I'm not going to do it to mine because I want it to look pretty, but the basic way is to pull off the sticker, and if it has like a little icon on the back, then it's fake. The one way for sure that you know for a fact that it's fake or not, okay, I know you guys can see that, or at least what I'm going to explain to you. You can see like white little like code like on the green like PCB on the back of the cartridge. If that does not say R4, or if you have an R4i, which I haven't really like tested or see if it works or not, if you don't see R4 or R4i, depending on what version you have, it's automatically fake. Like, take it back, don't use it, it'll screw up your DS if you use it, or like it will just like it'll like have like some kind of like malfunction or damage. You just, if you don't feel like pulling off the sticker, because it'll probably like not take it back, you want to look on the back, right here, right here, guys, right here. And if it doesn't say R4 or R4i, don't use it. Like, don't use it. Now, for Cyclo DS people, I don't own a Cyclo DS, so I don't know what to tell you. But it's pretty. It's a pretty cool thing to have. Like, I've been playing it non-stop. A lot of games. I wouldn't say like, oh, you have an R4, automatically like sell all your DS games and just like buy an R4. But like for a lot of games that are like imports that are like really expensive, or games that you can't find, or you just want to try out a game and see if it's gonna be any good or not, see if you can make the purchase or recommend it to somebody else, then the R4 is perfect. The R4 also does not just play games. R4 plays music. R4 has its own internet browser. The R4 has its own freaking like can play movies. So why spend the money for a DSi, which is like $170, to get all these crappy features when you can buy a DS Lite? Look how sexy this is. This is blue. Blue's my favorite color. But buy a DS Lite for as cheap as it is now. Buy an R4. My R4 with my 4 GB micro SD probably cost me about $35. Really expensive for what it can do, right? And you buy a DS Lite with that stacked on top of it, you already have something that's better than the DSi. So, not only should you go get out and buy an R4 if you can, but if you have a DS Lite and you're contemplating on the fact whether you should get a DSi or not, it's not worth it. If you get an R4, you have a DSi. The only thing you can't do is use a crappy camera, but you can do like pretty much everything else. You can do everything else. Download music, put it on here. Download movies and put it on there. Oh, that's something the freaking like DSi can't do. So just go out and get it. I'm gonna make a video right after this. I'm gonna pretty much tell you what games I have on my R4, like how good they are. You like wanted a game or you want to try a game. Like, I kind of like pride myself in not playing bad games. You might not agree with every game I have, or like if it's good or not. And also, I'm not gonna have every game in existence on my R4. It's only 4 GB, so I have 50 games exactly. I have a little space for save data. I don't have any music or movies on here yet. I'll do it when I upgrade my data, but this is all about the R4 and what it can do. So this is pretty much a 2-part video. It's probably going to be a 3-part video, me talking about every single ROM I have on here and why it's good and why you should get it. But just automatically just go to the second part of this video, and I'll see you in a little while.